All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. So today I wanted to cover a couple things, mainly a couple coins today, and just, kind of update everyone on certain things going on with them. Basically just give you guys a bunch of gems that I still am holding and or, have been talking about for a while that I still believe in, right? So warped games, I think the first time I ever brought warped games up was back in, I think it might have been all the way in November, or no, sometime in December here. I think right around here when I first started talking about warped. But when you see a team like this that are constantly, showing you guys, like showing monthly updates, development updates, they're very transparent with their work. In my opinion, that is a very, very bullish factor, to always consider with the project. And as you can see with this, they got a ton of stuff going on. They even got some highlights. Started working with marketing agencies, partnership with Pal AI, which is super. That's pretty cool as well, for Telegram bots, ongoing game development. But they got a lot of different stuff going on with the game. Their business and marketing strategy, stuff with their website. And they have been working on a bunch of partnerships over the last month or two that I've been seeing. A lot of stuff going on. But just the fact that they're so open about showing this stuff, they're very transparent. And if you guys don't know, they're also doxed as well. In my opinion, very bullish team. And, they just dropped a trailer recently, actually, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can show you guys real quick. I don't think no, that wasn't it. Let me pull it up. Nope, not there either. Well, either way, if you guys check Warped Games Twitter here, it's warped_games. You guys can look at that as well. With the chart, like I said, the chart's looking good. I don't think this is the market cap and fully diluted or correct here. But as you can see, chart has finally been just climbing and climbing, just almost straight up for days, if not weeks now. From the lows, it's up about 100-something%, 130. So it's looking good, doing very well. And I just think over time, this is easily, it might correct a little bit, but from here, it's probably gonna just bounce. Nope, not like that. Probably just bounces, maybe it goes into new highs, something like this. Definitely can see that happening. But Warped, in my opinion, just, very bullish project. Honestly, you've had 3 different times to get in. And if anything, just wait for a dip if this is a project that you guys like. And what they're building, it's like a sci-fi kind of shooter, and it seems like they've been trying to figure that out a little bit, asking the community as well. But again, very bullish on what they're doing. And so I want to cover a couple other coins as well. So we got one coin that actually just launched is, I was going to say Sky, yeah. Well, that's the ticker, but it's Skillful AI. So this launched literally a day ago. But looking at price action already is, personally, I don't think this is very bullish. And again, I don't even want to talk negative about this project because I do like it a lot. But short term, this definitely has probably a lot of dipping to do. I wouldn't be surprised to see this eventually dip under this candle here. It's probably going to bounce. Maybe it bounces something like this. Eventually might go low. And you could probably extend this out maybe a month. Worst case. But so Skillful AI, like I said, they launched, I think on a couple dexes, yeah. A couple of centralized exchanges as well. I know Gate.io, I think, was one of them. But like I said, yeah, the chart probably bears. So again, keep in mind that this is not a buy signal, okay? I know a lot of people will just blindly ape into coins that I bring up here, but I'm telling you right now, there's a way heavier chance that this continues to dump potentially 30 to 50% in the next probably few weeks. than the potential for this to go up right now. So I would say do not be buying it right now unless you do believe in it. You really do think it's going to go up from here. And by all means, do what you want to do. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for research purposes. And I personally believe that this is going to drop pretty heavily over the next few weeks. So just keep an eye out. But again, just because it dumps like this does not mean it's a bad project in any way, right? I feel like a lot of people get that confused because they see a project just dumping to oblivion. But, a lot of times you don't realize that most of the time that's going to be your opportunity to get in. And again, I'm not saying right here because it's down, 20% maybe, 30%. That doesn't mean the opportunity's here. It just launched a day ago. But something I did notice that I wanted to bring up was on Twitter. Yesterday I was scrolling when it launched. Many people, were hyper bullish, showcasing all their gains that they got. Everyone was claiming, yeah, I'm so hyped for my, I just got a 10 or 20x off my, successful Skillful AI launch. In my opinion, when I see stuff like that, that's actually very bearish in a sense that most of those people, especially if they're more retail investors, super hype about the 10x they just got, 95% of the time, it's going to end up nuking the chart, and again, that's if tens, I was gonna say tens of thousands, but you have hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, over the first few days, once they see the token just not performing, going up, a lot of people are going to be dumping, and that doesn't even include, major other investors that got into pre-sale, private sales like seed investments, right? Angel investors, anything like that. So in my opinion, bottom line, that's kind of why I'm short-term bearish on this. It's probably going to have some sort of bottom out before it would actually run again. And again, the bottoming out would look something like this. Eventually price action will just flatline for a little bit. I don't think it's going to happen in 3 days. We might have to extend this out like maybe a couple days. I could see this going probably something like this. Well, maybe not this low, as it's literally at like 0. Maybe it comes down to like in between 2 cents to 5 cents at some point. I think it could definitely do that if it bounces. But again, this, I also don't want to take away from this launch as well. This is just my personal prediction. I've seen so many, hype IDOs of whatever coins, when they launch, and then they have a lot of people invested in pre-sale, private sale, seed, any sort of public sale. People invested a lot like that. Usually just ends with the project dumping right off the bat. And then it's going to go sideways and flatline for a little bit before, new investors start jumping in because they realize, oh, you know what? Like the team's still delivering. This project's still insanely bullish. Why are people still dumping it? Or, well, at that point, it's going to be, why are people like not paying attention to it? And the reason why is because price dumped for 2 months, right? So again, I always tell you guys, keep these on your radar because once they bottom out, usually they're going to be great coins. This one I actually have a lot of faith in. So we'll see what happens, over the next few weeks, maybe in a month or two. So we're going to pull up Spec. I don't know if I just said that earlier. But Spec is another AI coin that I'm insanely bullish on, and I have been bullish on for a while now. So avoid this. I think the market cap is right, but obviously this fully diluted is completely off. Doesn't even make sense. But yeah, initially with Spec, I called this around $8, I think, somewhere right here in the Discord about a week or two ago. When was this? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And I think from here, Spec just has a lot of upside to go. Chart, excuse me. Chart just looks very good here, I have to say. And something I wanted to talk about with this is just this general momentum. So the general momentum, obviously, as you can see, looking at the chart, we got made a higher high into a higher low, started bouncing, came back down, made another higher low, higher low, higher lows, higher lows. So the momentum is what? It's going heavily to the upside right now. Holy, that is a horrible arrow. Momentum's to the upside, but as you can see, you know, higher highs and higher lows are constantly like not being made. Only higher lows are being made right now. But what that means though is that you can almost consider this kind of like a flag pattern, right? You know, if you put this here, the resistance isn't being broken yet, but the momentum is still going up. Like it's almost like a ceiling, right? You know, you can, I don't know, if you're climbing a ladder, trying to break through a door, in this sense, you know, you try to break through the door once, didn't work. You know, you get more strength, you try to hit it again, didn't work again. Yet again and again, you know, you're continuing to just try and try and try. Eventually what's going to happen is you're going to break right through it. And that's firmly what I can see happening with Spec, you know, over the next probably 2 to 3 days. Probably see this at least at $16. But, you know, if it doesn't do that, if it does not pull that, it's probably going to do something like, you know, maybe it comes back down, bounces, does something like this, and then does it again. Bottom line, it's going to make another lower high, but on a longer term. So it'll do something like this, this, and this, you know, instead of just seeing these here. That's my bet. I really do think Spec is, I think it's just very, very solid for what it is. And the other main reason why though is the tokenomics for Spec are perfect for the time being for the rest of this bull run. You know, their next unlock for any unlocks right now is in about a year from now. And, you know, obviously for this bull run, within 12 months from now, or technically 11 here, within 11 months from now, I definitely feel that we'll probably be out of the market, right? So, you know, it's really dealing with any sort of unlocks from now until 11 months from now. What this means is that this coin is going to stay at a very, very low supply, which also means that this is going to be a lot more volatile. You know, it's going to keep the market cap a lot smaller as well. It's like, yeah, so the fully diluted is 1.4 billion right now, but market cap is at 150 million. You know, we could definitely see this continue. You know, the only thing I wish with this project, I wish it did start out, I wish down here or somewhere here, I wish it was a little smaller in market cap, but, you know, it is a very strong project. I'm going to link a video up here, you know, where I go a lot more in depth, you know, with what it does, you know, a lot about the platform, stuff like that. So you guys can watch that. I went pretty in depth. But, oh yeah, in that video, if you watch it up here, the one thing I did not go into was the tokenomics, because at that time I could not find them. But I did find them, and this is why I'm telling you guys this now, you know, why I'm so bullish on Spec. You know, and that's kind of what I wanted to cover. Another one, NKI, is still my favorite AI coin in crypto right now. I just think it's undervalued. I literally used NKI today, you know, just to go do some more research, clarify some things that I needed help with. You know, I use NKI literally all the time. So that's one of the main reasons why I love this project. And there is another project that I'm not going to list or talk about today, but I did just call it in Discord tonight. You know, it's kind of similar in a sense where Spec in the tokenomics. You know, with this other project, the tokenomics don't have any major unlocks. You know, I think there's some sort of unlocks 6 months from now, but most of the major unlocks are going to come 12 months from, you know, when it launched, which is about a month ago, something similar to that. So tokenomics on this new one are very sound. You know, it's cloud computing. It's in one of the most hyped narratives of AI. Chart is completely bottomed out. It fits like every major catalyst for me to look into. You know, I think it's just an insanely bullish project. Market cap is small, like 20 something million. And again, I'm sorry for not mentioning it here, but I'm going to make an in-depth video going about it, or going more in depth with it, you know, over the next 1 or 2 days So expect that to come out very shortly. But outside of that, guys, that's what I got for you today. Just check out Spec, check out NKI, and just pay attention to Skillful AI over the next few days, few weeks, maybe even upwards of a month or two from now. Check back up on it. And again, I personally would never be buying Skillful AI right now when I know a lot of pre-sale private investors have already made a 5, 10 to 20x on their money, just waiting to sell and dump their bags, right? So keep that in mind. But outside of that, I got a ton of different content coming out. There's an entire new ecosystem I've discovered with a pretty major coin that I did not even know existed until literally 2 days ago. So I will cover that soon as well. Just stay with me, guys. I'll be dropping a lot more gems on the channel. So that's what I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.